Hello everyone. I wanted to showcase you an alpha build of Dynobase 1.7, which features a new tool that I've been working on for the past 2 months, and it's called Single Table Designer. Single Table Designer allows you to create DynamoDB data models and their access patterns in an intuitive and easy way. It borrows heavily from Rick Houlihan's data modeler, which he uses on his show, but also expands the scope and its functionality to make the task of data modeling more pleasant and effective. To demonstrate how it works, I've already opened an airport flights data model that Rick created some time ago on his show. What you can see right now is an Excel-like representation of the table space. On the very left, you can see that items are grouped into partitioning keys, mimicking the way how DynamoDB partitioning behavior works. Next to it, you can see individual attributes starting with sort keys, then followed by entity type attributes, because we need a way to distinguish multiple entity types packed into one table, other GSIs, and also finally the rest of the attributes. You've probably already noticed that some of the attributes are highlighted in a different color. That is because in DynamoDB, keys are often composed from other attributes, and the highlighted background informs you which attributes are used to create the composition. When we click the composite attribute, we can see the template that was used to create and compute the value, but we can also edit it. This templating feature prevents us from retyping the data in a table all the time and ensure that we maintain referential integrity. So whenever we change the value, like for instance here, it is propagated back to the original template. You've probably also noticed this small box on the left of each cell. That's the attribute type. While we cannot change the type of the indexed attributes, we can change it on the attributes that are non-indexed. Simply click it and change the value to something new. Of course, when I'm going to try to edit a number, I cannot type characters in it. It's going to accept only numbers. And when I'm working with maps, I can click on a map and the blob editor is going to be presented. Let's try adding an item into some partition. Before we do that, actually, let's clean up our view a bit because there's a lot going on. So first, let's collapse all the non-key attributes into a blob. Now, before I add an item, actually my item is not going to refer to GSI1PK or GSI1SK, so I can exclude those columns from the view at all. Now the view is much cleaner. Once my table is a little bit more readable, let's proceed by adding an item by clicking a plus below the partition key. It is going to add an item into this partition. Let's proceed by typing a value, something like type GSI2PK, GSI2SK. As you can see, the templating engine wanted to refer the values, but they are not existing. And it already highlighted the cells I'm going to use in this composite attribute. So let's go ahead and type something. I can also use generate value menu, which is pulling some values from Faker.js. Oh, that's actually too big. Using Single Table Designer, I can also visualize the table, for instance, sparse indexes, how the table is going to look like from the GSI2 projection perspective. Using Single Table Designer, I can also query the model. Here, I'm using primary key with a pk that equals den, and with the SG begins with JFK. I can now save the query to something like from den to JFK. So the query will be saved and then I could refer to it later. Of course, I can load the query that I've crafted before. Once my model is complete, I have two options. I can export a JSON file, which is compatible with Rig's modeling tool and NoSQL Workbench, but I can also click Deploy to AWS, which is going to bring me to a new table view with all the values pre-filled from the model. This is also going to create a CloudFormation template for me. And that's it. In the upcoming releases, we'll be working on integrating this tool with the rest of Dynobase and the rest of the DynamoDB ecosystem, like by adding codegen or integration with popular libraries like OneTable. Hope you'll enjoy it.